I'm just going to prep my machine back there to get all my corporate stuff turned off so I can do the screen bit.
So what shall we do?
How do you want me to share my screen through?
I have to think what over.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, let me work on getting Wi-Fi, and then I'll come back.
This is the guest. So this is your Wi-Fi.
The Google Guest.
Yeah.
It's free or no password for me?
No password. Yeah.
That's
Hey.
the man himself.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
Well done for organising this. Very good.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. It's good to know.
Yeah. I've got a couple of friends actually in late.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, people from like yeah, he's a.
Okay.
There are some people
You can try with Mike downstairs. I speak to Mike. My work.
Google Guest.
Or is that good?
It's strange because it's focusing on
Oh
you.
no, there must be a blurring option going on here.
If you step outside, that's here, like here, it becomes sharp. I don't know. There is something on it. Google Guest.
So it's already live, is it? Oh, it's live. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we are on.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let me see. Is it to do with the camera here? No, it's not. Settings.
Why is it not connecting?
What are you trying to connect?
Here on my phone. I need to check the live stream.
Yeah, so what's the story there, Ben? It's nice to see the guys on the Zoom call. Andre, you actually in 3D.
In 3D.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, how you doing? Charlie. Nice to meet you.
you worked with Ruben.
Yes, I went through the EY.
He will call in.
Oh, he's coming in.
Yeah,
How do we connect?
he's waiting for the sign. You're going to need some technical support. These.
Yeah. How is the Google now? Do you have the Wi-Fi code?
No, you don't.
What do these do?
What are these for?
Maybe we have to connect the laptop here.
Yeah, so I worked with that. Worked with him at EY, yeah. And then sort of was obviously got it drawn into the
Concept, yeah.
What do these things do? What are these all about? Now doing what we said to
Yeah. And teaching.
Are you doing teaching as well?
Okay.
Yeah, like hourly teaching. Yeah. So that was the most demanding stuff. So, like pivots.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Oh, there we go.
It's working for.
And you did the
Is there a camera here?
Yes, there's actually one laptop. That's good.
But if we,
Can't see a camera there. So we're trying to make that. We're trying to make it a thing. We're just reaching out.
There's no switching, is there? So
yeah, the background is blurred. That's the problem. See the background. It's like focusing on you and me, okay? But the
I just saw
background.
the headlines. Didn't
that's okay.
Oh yeah.
Down to
Basically, it's like
Keeps people confidential as well.
We're live by the way. Yeah, we're just basically building out a demo in the video.
Yeah. Cool. So, this is managing micro niche.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And we
It's so easy to
can't
build.
keep
It's
like
like
this.
once you build something that could be in production, we fully deployed it and everything.
Distribution is
Distribution is a challenge. But then you get on TikTok and you smash TikTok. Are you going to be presenting as well?
We'll just take introductions and then I think we'll
Just
just
split one. So I'm looking. I thought that's what really got me for today. Was like the coding piece because Rube comes on every week and he's like, I can do all of these things, and I'm like, but I can't yet do all of these things. I want to do them too. So
He's very fast. Yeah.
he's very.
Have you take some photos or what should we do?
I'm just trying to do it here.
With your camera?
No way!
It's video by the way.
So you're on
you've already
video.
got-
So you're connected there.
No, it's not my glasses.
Oh, you're on video. You're on record video.
No, it's so we need
I need
Yeah, we
1 week.
you need to check your
On LinkedIn, can you do it on yours?
Because mine is not good.
So I went through the yes.
Oh, here we go.
And then
In
sort of,
Canada.
I need
This
I mean,
you know the
a lot of strategy as well. And then just
Your own consultancy?
yes, well, my own
it's recording the sound, so be careful.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know, external person.
so we probably start. It's all great. Technology is
It's
working.
good. But it's nice to have
So we're starting at 5:50.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. Slow tech.
Well, I'm not into AI or IT.
like Six Sigma.
Yeah. Robotics.
There's a couple of robotics folks here today who would be
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, they're just downstairs.
So we can share your screen. Shall we? Do you have the Zoom link? Because I can try to.
Which rooms or
The one that
I said
you have as well.
no.
Oh, that was the demo, right?
Because you demo on your laptop.
I can demo on my laptop. But how do I get my screen through to this stream?
You join your Zoom.
You set. Can you set up a Zoom?
I set up a Zoom and share it to you.
Yeah.
Send it to your email. Do I have your email? Or do you have WhatsApp on your machine?
I've got the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, you don't have a medical background.
I've got this.
Can we put it up there if you want? Let's try that.
Yeah, but I don't know what this. Connected.
It's working. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
and we will do it. We'll find a way. Or leave it here.
I'll leave it there.
Leave it here. It's okay because the previous camera was working anyways.
We'll do it. And we need to record. That's what. I'm unable to. Sources.
Your sound is only your laptop sound, right?
Yeah. And how do you record this session?
You
Because
don't have a Bluetooth headset or something like that.
I don't.
Use something.
This controls what is being said.
Hey, Vince. I need you to send me the link because I'm on a corporate machine and I can't enable
Yeah.
the
Okay.
application.
I've got only the free Zoom, so it's only 40 minutes.
I can send you Teams.
Teams?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
Oh, this is there. This is there as well.
Yeah, the microphone
No,
works.
microphones are here.
Oh, you want to use wireless?
Just send a
Hello.
But it records
Microphone works,
everything anyway.
No, but if he's speaking from here, like he will be sitting there with his voice will not carry, so we need to give some kind of connection.
And then you can use this.
Just send everyone a coupon so they can use requesting.
I have no idea how to record. Do you know this setup?
You said it.
Isn't it already running? It's already recording. Is it? Yeah, because Ruth told me just to click, don't forget to record, but I can't see the record button yet.
Otherwise, you need to message him. But yeah, if you want a microphone,
Maybe.
do you have a separate USB-C port? You can. It's still free. That's the only problem. Wait.
It's getting dark here.
Where is the record button? I can't find it. Do you know that? It's impossible. High definition.
Must be on the main screen.
Mhm.
Go here and ask Gemini.
Like, check. I don't want to touch anything now.
Okay, I just send the link to your LinkedIn chat.
Okay.
So the team's link to the meeting is live now.
Yeah.
It's directly between you and me.
All right.
That's your LinkedIn?
LinkedIn. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have.
There we go.
There it is. I'm just trying to find the record button.
Copy.
Yeah.
You have to change. Go to settings. Sorry.
Just a sec.
We can record here, right? This is what it says. Home screen, new stream.
Okay, good. Join now.
Join.
I will share my screen, or I will go. Okay.
So with this one, you want to use this or not?
No, I think it's okay.
No?
This is there.
Okay, okay.
So one with the record button is very good. From to be here inside the restream.
Wait. Asking. You are recording on stream or?
Restream.
This is the instructions. It says home screen.
Home screen.
New stream.
Yeah, we have that.
Record audio. But just
I mean, it's not so.
it's okay. We can. I can just record it here. Use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We have like a starting tier, which is like 2,000 and that's not really easy. I go to the program with the just have a website, and so it's like a great way to start. Then obviously,
Yeah, we just go.
we usually recommend start the program, you're ready to spend all of the credit. So you want to go to an event, so it's best to
Not the studio. No. So let's. Shall we invite him now to have a
Slide decks we are showing here. Or?
yeah. I mean, we should.
I'm making a start here.
Just a second.
It depends. If you want $2,000 credits, you can go about it, which you can buy either or I would do this. And then if you go there, it makes sense. But we usually recommend, even if you're decent, you'll be able to get up to basically like 27 pounds. Because some of probably different. So like it's always just to grow faster.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for coming down and joining us today. We are just making a quick start. So I'm Monty. As you can see, we have many of us have met already. Friends, there are lots of us around. So the agenda for today is a quick intro to say if everyone is all right. We will start with a bit of introductions about what Agentics Foundation is, who we are, what the various groups are, and then we will probably get down to 5:30, right? 5:30, 5:45. So, would you please kind of make yourself comfortable? A lot of space here. Feel free to stand or sit down here. We are going to have someone join us remotely. So that's what agenda. Any questions, please feel free to ask. All right.
First event. Everyone, if you can sit down, appreciate it.
Yeah, please sit down. Please make yourself comfortable. Grab a drink.
No, not yet.
Let's meet you face to face.
Yeah, good to meet you, man. Good to see people. They're real.
So, people, would you like to make an announcement about the how people access some of the I guess code?
Everyone, can you either sit down or listen to us? We're going to start the event. Happy that you're all here. My Google friends are downstairs, I think, so we'll wait for them later. You go straight there and you'll find the bathrooms. So everyone, thank you for coming. Just quickly, I'm Thibaut, co-founder of Requestly, helping the guys at Agentics here. But normally you have an email in your email inbox with a voucher of Requestly where you can use API credits that might get useful during this session or not. So if you see an email from Requestly that's from me, there will be a voucher and some instructions you can use there throughout the session for API credits. So thank you for all joining, and we'll probably talk later, but thanks for all for being here.
Lovely.
All good.
All good, yeah.
Is Ruben here?
Not yet.
Okay. So,
I guess very quickly, I think I said it a little bit earlier on. A few of us are here. You are welcome to be part of the community. We are all volunteers here. So Agentics Foundation, as some of you may know, started a year ago informally, and it's grown into a kind of a very global following. So we, the motto of Agentics Foundation, as Ru will join us shortly, will tell us, is about democratizing the understanding, I guess, adoption of AI, probably, right? And our intention is to make sure that we kind of form part of this community and a movement to make it happen. So that's what Agentics. There's a slide deck, you can read about it. But Vince, do you want to say a few things about the organization for today?
Thanks, Holly. My name is Ben Cernak, and I joined Ruben and the rest of the guys a year ago. And it took me from the first moment. It's very democratic, very agile, and permissionless organization. And I learned everything from the group. Actually, I'm not a developer myself. I'm originally a UX product designer. And 1 year was enough for me to create production level apps, just following the Friday sessions. And then we added one more Thursday afternoon sessions, and it was all in Zoom. So it was an incredible experience. So that's all. And I'm trying to get through Zoom in live now. Just a moment. Thibaut, you want to say something about Requestly?
I'll do another talk. As I said, you have a voucher in your email, so please use it. I've been introduced to the Agentics Foundation a couple months ago. There's a weekly Friday meeting that you could join, which is basically best practices on how to use AI to develop your applications or go further in AI. Just on Requestly itself, for a unified API, you can use 250 models from one API endpoint. We integrate with most cool tools out there. But that's all I'm going to say about Requestly. I hope you could just use it today and enjoy it. But the best parts about the Agentics Foundation is that it's a community you can join whenever you want. And it's all about sharing best practices and best knowledge in class with all of the crazy developments that happen every day.
Recording in progress.
I wanted to say thanks to Google. We're an AI startup Google program, so we use them a lot for resources, for how to develop our systems better. So if you are part of a startup and want to join the AI startup program, I would highly recommend it.
Thank you. Well, very quickly, we're about to start, right? So agentics.org, if you want to have a look at it and take a free membership, there is a Friday session. There's also a Thursday session, which you can find out. But conscious, we got Ruv here. So yes, please. Wi-Fi is there. There was downstairs, but can you detect it on the phone? I think it's free Wi-Fi. You can see that. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Hi, Ruv.
Hey, hopefully you guys can hear me okay.
Yes.
Yes.
More or less. Can you say something?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, how's everyone doing?
And everyone here in the back? Okay.
Is it maybe they need a mic? Hopefully you can hear me. Put the mic next to the, yeah, here we go. I'll be quick. It's blurred, so I can't really see you guys, but hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, give me some indication. Well, first, thanks, Monjweep and Vince for putting this together. This is one of the first Agentics meetups we held one a couple weeks ago in Toronto. For those in Canada, and we've got a number of these lined up in cities around the globe at this point. I think in something like 60 countries. So I think that hopefully should indicate the amount of interest in Agentics. So first and foremost, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I wish I could be there. To be honest, I get too much stuff going on to be able to travel at this point. There's the world of agentic engineering is probably the hottest area of AI at this point. The question you probably want to know first and foremost, I don't want to spend too much time, because I want you guys to get to the demos and see all the great things that our friends from Requesty and Google and others are doing. But the first and probably most important question is, why a foundation? Like, why do we need a foundation to do this? And a couple of years ago, when Vince and a few of us got together and said, you know what, we should do something with agents and let's call it agentic engineering. The first thing that we heard, I think, was, that's crazy. It sounds like you're doing some kind of medical, thing or whatever. And over the last couple of years, we've really seen this sort of broad adoption to the point where I think yesterday, Microsoft came out with Windows Agentics, where they're going to build agents and various sort of automated processes directly into the Windows operating system. Now, I'm not sure if I would go quite so far, but it does show how much excitement there is in the space. So a couple of takeaways that I think that I want you to sort of understand when looking at what you'll see in the demos today is there's two sort of sides of the spectrum when you look at Agentics and vibe coding. And there's sort of two sides of the same coin. When you look at things like vibe coding, that is this idea that I can discover, I can ideate, I can learn, I can follow a sort of unseen path to discover things I never knew was possible before. So it's surfing, for lack of a better term, with code. The other is agentic engineering. Agentic engineering is this concept that essentially says I have a plan, I have an architecture, I have a method to my madness. I'm not just randomly creating. I'm creating with purpose to be able to build more efficiently, more effectively, and hopefully more securely. And when you're looking at the various demos today, understand that those two things go hand in hand, and they're not necessarily separate from what you're going to be doing as a kind of an agentic engineer. The last part I think is really important is, at least I believe that the agents and agentic engineering to be a sort of formative new profession, if you will. This idea that we can build in ways that were never possible. We can scale in ways that were never possible. We can create in ways that were never possible before. So you're creating a kind of ability to amplify your inherent capabilities you already have. So if you're a programmer, you can be 10 or 100x more proficient than you were yesterday. If you're a DevOps person, or if you're an entrepreneur, you've got the ability to prototype or create or deploy things that you might have taken you longer, been more costly. So there's a ton of opportunity here. And I think if there's anything that you're going to take away today, for me, there's just a tremendous capability to empower you to do things that were really, again, never possible before. So again, if you're interested, the Agentics Foundation is completely nonprofit. We've got I think a few thousand members at this point. We've got a subreddit which has around 75,000. We got our LinkedIn group with around 50,000. We've got our WhatsApp and Discords. Everybody's a volunteer. So if you're interested and you're excited by this type of technology, we'd love to have you included and involved in our community. It's a meritocracy, which basically means if you want to help, just put your hand up and you're in. Literally, that's the only really prerequisite to being part of our community, is the desire and the interest in being part of this thing called Agentics. We're also doing various global ambassadors for various cities. I know we're in London today, but if you're in other parts of the UK and you want to start an Agentics group, feel free to reach out to Vince and others, and we can help hopefully make that happen. And the last part, we are a nonprofit. That means everything we have is basically user contributed, from member contributed. So if you know of a company that's willing or interested in helping sponsor what we're doing, feel free to provide an introduction. We're always looking for a little bit of extra financial support. Right now, we're basically just bootstrapping everything you see. Again, thanks. I don't want to take any more of your time. Appreciate everyone showing up today, and hopefully this is one of many more of these we'll do in London. Maybe I'll make the next one.
Thanks, Ruben. I appreciate it. Bye.
Okay, thanks.
So, what's next? Do you have your laptops ready? VS Code. How many people have cursor? Right.
Are there any plugs we can use? Are there any plugs we can use
To charge?
Yes.
I don't know.
What do you need?
It depends on the.
Oh.
Should I get the mint here? Should I get the mint here?
Yeah.
You can stream.
Yeah, streaming.
People on the stream.
So, shall we?
Let me get my laptop. I think
I give you this. I need to share the screen.
Sure.
Isaac.
I will just make a note. So guys, this is how it's going to happen today. We have done some kind of a scaffolding to make things easy for the actual project, right? So Isaac there has created a PRT. He is going to create an app from scratch. If you want to follow along that's great. But if you have your own ideas and you want to follow through something new, it's basically up to you. But can I just check if you're familiar with Spark? How many people here are familiar with Spark? Okay, few. Okay, not a problem. I mean, any cursor users here? I think someone asked that question before, right? So that's fine. Have you watched that video that was sent yesterday by any chance? How many of you have watched? No? Okay, no problem. So, so the two options are, if you are comfortable with Spark, I guess you could get started. People are here around. If we get stuck, we'll work it out together. But if you want to follow Isaac, there's a specific app we're going to do. You can follow through, which is over there, right? It will come up on the screen. So we're going to start absolutely from scratch, right? Yeah.
Just a word about the vouchers. Everybody should have received vouchers for a few bucks from Requesty. If you haven't, reach out to me or Tito, who's there in the corner. We'll try and help you offline. And if you have problems with the vouchers, please do the same. Just come to us and we'll help you figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna do a bit of Menti, like to make things fun. So I guess question.
You need a new Requesty account if you've got one before, the code won't work on it, so do a fresh one.
We just discovered that, so it's reading the news. So I guess, may I? Okay, so we're gonna do a Menti, but can I just ask you to shout out what's your expectation for today? Like, what does good look like to you at 3 hours or so? Any volunteers? Anyone wants to say?
Maybe like a small agent that works. MVP would be cool.
Anyone else?
I know that a small agent that works and also doesn't eat up too many tokens, so something you can run autonomously like Ruben does. That maybe, I don't know, per 12 hours, maybe $20, $30. I don't know, but it doesn't eat tokens, so it's the point.
So, since we're already working with currency players, so just learning what are more good practices around building a sort of good platform, and then learn if I can improve my current workflow, how I'm using it.
Okay. Familiarity. Standardization. Just to give you some confidence, up until November, I struggled with the Git push. Right? mission here, right? Because my role has involved working with technology teams, but I didn't really need to code, right? The beauty of what it is today is that anyone can build. I think we can all be builders of what we want. So that's what we are here today to come. Hopefully, we leave you with that, right? So okay. All right, guys, can you hear me all right? I can hear myself, right? Yeah. All right, thank you, Mandeep, for getting us kicked off. I'm going to demonstrate a quick from zero build here with Spark in VS Code. And so I have a light spec that I put together here where I'm going to try to build an agent-based teaching assistant. And I've given it a small breakdown of what I'd like it to do. It should build individual student, teacher, and cohort memory. So I'm going to ask it to go out and research that. I wanted to retrieve, parse, and integrate teacher-provided material. And I wanted to collect metrics for student and student cohort performance that teachers and admins can review. I also wanted to be able to create exercises for students to do on their own time or in the classroom together. And to put a little spin on it, I have a son who's in year 1 here in the UK. And I wanted to go out and research the UK's Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 standards and integrate them into what we're going to build. So in my first step here, I'm going to kick off a research process that's powered by a research mode in Spark here. And it's, what's that? Oh, Ben's, thanks. Ben's, can you maximize that view so folks can see it better? Oh, yeah, here, I'll pause while he is. Thank you, Ben. I think it's this square in the middle. This.
Okay, sorry. There, on the right.
On the right.
Yep, that's it.
There, that one.
There. Cool, thanks.
Is that about as big So as guys, it gets? I'm just helping out here just to relay what. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. So I'm going to kick off the research mode now, and we're going to see it work, and it's going to take a while. It's going to churn. It's going to burn tokens, and it's probably going to take 5 or 6 minutes to do its thing. It's going to output a specification for me in Markdown that we'll see appear here. So I'll click back once it starts running, and then once that spec is built, I'm going to come back and I'm going to switch over into the orchestration mode that Spark enables, and I'm going to allow it to start taking action against that spec. So here we go. I can't speak to that. Can it get any bigger? No, it's full screen here. Yeah. Yeah. Brighter. I can make brighter.
Oh, look at this. Wait, sorry. Here. Click here. Maximize.
Specs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to do Teams. It is Teams.
Like, is this inside a live view? Are you streaming it from someone else?
Yeah, I'm streaming from the guy. So that's what it
Ben
is.
has the link so everybody could join.
No, but who's sharing the? There's so
Ben,
many layers of sharing.
Yeah.
could you share the Teams link that I give you to this entire group so they can knock on the door and have the screens on their machines?
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I mean, well, it's kind of a good use of time here. Well, since it's doing that, you can see that it's starting to output Markdown as it goes. So it's, I'll show the prompt in a moment. But you can see it's also using the Perplexity MCP to go out and gather. And if we click over, you can see that it is beginning to populate a research directory here of Markdown files that it's building from the research that it's conducting, given the spec, the prompt that I gave it. Let's see, what's the best way to share that prompt with people? Oh, you're right. Thank you. But what's up on this machine? I will share the prompt. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit long.
Just a second.
Good question. Yeah, well, Ben's is going to share the Teams URL.
Yeah, if Microsoft wants that.
Just you copy the URL. That's
Yeah, I'm trying, but it's so copy.
Just a few credits in the other one.
This is terrible.
I was asked how do I configure root.
Look at that shit.
And sitting next to me.
It's
I use
incredible.
in this instance, I use the vanilla models out of the.
Share the URL, but it's not working.
So they're it's root and Agentics package. But if you use the brew, just the base brew extension and
Share it from here.
there's a small collection of models that can get you started.
This is.
I was asked. Dean asked me what's my the favorite model mode rather that I use. It has to be the Spark orchestrator, the way that it's
character count is not
configured by root. It does a lot of really elegant handoffs back and forth between different modes, especially when you get into test iterations.
The USB.
So you have your
Bluetooth, sorry.
Your documentation, right? You get it.
There we go. Send out
and
to
the test mode will go in and go back and forth until things pass. We'll iterate until you pass correctly, and that's where you can wake up to 60-foot hill. But it's a lot cheaper and faster than the alternative. Let me do that for you. So I think we're still working on the full screen share, but the intention here is to show everyone who hasn't had explicit hands-on experience with this stuff.
I show you
how to get started.
So that's my.
So in a way, this stuff, like anything else, is as good as what you started in, the whole garbage in, garbage out metaphor. So the tighter natural language spec you get out of the gate, where you give it good for examples of standards you want to reference, for example, packages you want to use, languages you want it to use for the front end or the back end. I see that's.
Yeah.
Here, what did I just do there? That's. I admitted something. Yeah.
Okay, live stream is going.
The tighter you write your spec out of the gates in research mode, the better the better framework it will develop for you to then begin to take action against. Just to snap over to the file view again, you can see that our what is going to become our application specification is really starting to take shape. The research that it's doing. Yeah.
The MD5 service, right, J1, J2, those are the information that has been provided to the agent, and it is going through each.
That's not provided to the agent. That's what the agent is writing and creating right now. It's writing that markup.
Okay, got it. So
you can see it writing on the right thing. The prompt provided, when I'm not holding the mic, I will show the prompt. Or here, where is it? This was the prompt right here. Let's build an agent teaching assistant that can work alongside a human teacher to help with classroom and asynchronous education. And then I gave it a few specific requests that I'd like to see it enable. Mm-hmm. I'm going to check back in on its progress. It is still churning. So we're going to continue to let that go here. And I think what I should probably do is let it run and then check back in with everyone. I think organizers will circulate here and make sure everybody's getting traction, has what they need with Requesty and VS Code and Rue modes and otherwise. And then I'll check back in and show how I'll pivot over to the orchestrator and have it start to execute what we're building here. I'm going to take one other quick tour through settings quickly too. Part of how I enable it to work so seamlessly is a strategy that is perhaps risky. So I'm just going to run you through it and say adopt it at your own risk. You can auto-approve Rue to take certain actions with this visual interface here, but that only gets you so far. And I use an asterisk to allow command line execution as well. And this is where you really remove the the reins and let the horse run by itself. So be wary. I never walk away from my machine when it's running this way. I turn that off if I let it run overnight because it's not responsible, especially not on an inference build at my employer base. Oh, there we go. Actually, it did finish its research. Okay. So now I'm just going to actually flip it over into orchestration, and I'm just going to do something as simple as reference research in all markdown files and begin to take action against it to build this application. Now I'm in Spark Orchestrator, and I'm going to kick it off, and this is going to begin the build process. So it will create subtasks, it will pass between modes, and we'll be able to watch it actually start to pull an application out of the ether. Cool. I feel like I hear a lot of good low-level chatter here, and I think I'm going to turn the mic off and just mill around a bit and leave my screen running here. If anybody has questions of me, come find me, and I'm excited to come see what you're up to.
Hello, everyone. You got a new email with their working voucher. Sorry for that. We technical error in the database.
We switched laptops
Oh,
to make
okay.
it full screen.
Okay, so it's streaming from his own laptop now. Okay. I was going to say you don't want to share LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's all right. I can understand.
Here we go. But
If you want to do it.
please stay in the Teams because I'm live streaming it still.
Yeah, I'll stay in this.
I think some people are probably.
One on the table. Little table there.
Yeah,
Just have to
cool.
remove my
Yeah.
stuff.
No, don't worry.
It's fine.
Hi everyone. How is everyone getting? Who is stuck? Can you raise your hands if anyone is stuck? Perfect. I am trying to explain it. As many of you are cursor users, first and foremost, I have sent a message. I resent it just now. Go to the message, and in there you will see a GitHub repo. Right? In the GitHub repo, there are two files you need to copy. One is .cursor rules file. The second one is the branching strategy.md. In your laptops, wherever you're going to get started, in that project folder, drop those two files in. Please. Sorry?
The GitHub repo is just a demo.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. In there, you'll find a file called .cursor rules, and you will also find a file called branching strategy. If some people are more used to VS Code and you know how to get started, just follow the process which is shown. But those of you who are cursor users, just copy those files and put it into your root folder. Sorry? I didn't show that. I think it was shown by Isaac at the beginning, I think. Yeah, it's that one. So Isaac can talk that through.
Okay. Can you see that screen better if your team's now?
Maybe they're stuck in the waiting room. I can't join them. They're stuck in the waiting room. I don't know.
We're getting there step by step. It's getting the Teams link that I sent you so that you can get into the meeting.
Yeah. Some people are waiting in the room, or is it open?
Yeah, because they might be in the waiting room.
There is a meeting link, right? This one.
Yeah, that's works for me. Working for you.
Let's see. So if I go here, and is there like an ID? Meeting ID?
That's what we wanted to. What's the error when you try to join?
Well, let's see. I mean, it's trying to. It takes me reroutes to.
All right, guys, thanks for starting with us. We'll try to figure out how to stream as well. I think regardless whether or not you're viewing this on your own machine or on the screen over your shoulder here, all that's really doing is providing a representative point of reference for how the process works. So don't get too hung up on being able to view the stream on your machine.
Yeah, let's try that. If you send it on WhatsApp.
Just maybe
It's a shorter link. That's the problem. You know, it's somehow the link.
Yeah, we're going to try that.
I need the password.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might work.
Just that.
Oh yeah, that's even better. So if I go here with ID,
Yeah, I'm looking for someone who wants to request it.
Well, I think I can hear you. So I might have. Yeah, there you go. I'm in. I'm in.
Cool. Thanks.
I'm in. Brilliant. I can hear myself. So let me mute.
Still working? Yeah. All good? It's just the team. This is cheap. It's not the best.
Yeah. Anything but Teams. Okay, gotcha.
Let's see if we could develop more of the basic stuff. The technology on the top.
Every time I get a Google Meet, I feel like use my phone.
Every time I get Teams, I'm angry.
Yeah, that might work.
No, I'm muted. I think it might be Ben's.
Sorry, there. Yeah, on mute, yeah.
So I am on Discord. I ran this
Sounds like that.
Actually, so you still have this standard.
One click.
It's just called. I'm just gonna
Yeah, no, I think I'm in.
Well, you can use that to then
So that option works at least. I think you probably did it wrong. Let me check.
Wait, what?
Guys, Vince just told me he put the connection strength to get into this team's meeting in the WhatsApp channel. You should all be on if you'd like to join. And I've been letting people in the lobby, so I know it's wrong.
I forgot that.
So now you have a lot of options for how you can I've taken my so I'm just letting taking action, accessing files, making model requests. So I've taken off like taken limits. I'm running it
all different sort of.
And then you can the first step is do you want to and then you can then after you find more here, you can start to get into the nitty-gritty of what inside, outside, and then down here is where you do the command line. You can add specific command line or you can just throw any old that's what I've done in the step. So as I was saying, I try to not put it on the video. What would you like to see?
Well, I
should guess I did the note to
well, listen, if It's confirmed this that one. That's going to be negative. Good. So then we can
If the email has
It's going to tell you what it needs to tell you information. So now it's creating some tasks, and it's going to pass code. So you don't have auto approve set. I would say just do that. Now you didn't do that every time it comes. Now it is passed to do just measure it. It's to get a kind of spectacle. Don't worry, guys. I just got to create a new file. But if you go over to the file view, you begin to see the requirements starting to
I always do that with pop code.
Basically, it's end-to-end.
But it starts with writing like pseudocode. It writes the gist as if like you were writing notes about you a React front end with an Express API. I want my middleware to look like this with these kinds of protected routes. I want it to be on Django or some other backend solution. And then it takes the pseudocode and starts to step through file by file and tests, integration tests until it works.
Yeah. Awesome. Appreciate it.
I think one thing is when I factor is time. Spend time with costs. I've changed where I work, so I started centralizing GPT, and then I use Gemini before we started, and then yeah, but it depends on what I'm doing. Some stuff, like the other day I was doing research papers, and they take some yes, change. But yeah,
This guy likes actually taking it.
Gemma, but it's original. It's
How do you find how do hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Great. So I have managed to somehow get to what's it called? It writing a specification, and essentially, once I got the requesty API, I just had an idea, and I got to AutoCoder, and I wrote that idea out, and then it just magically started to write these markdown files with all sorts of specifications. And that's where it got into. I mean, even getting the specs is pretty cool, I suppose. And then let's see where it goes to after this. So yeah, that's about it, really. I thought I'd just give you guys an update.
Anyone else who has got going? Are you comfortable? Who wants to kind of just call out your experiences and share with others? No? Okay. Last. Yeah. Okay.
Hi everyone. So we are building a system called as Resume Builder, and we are using Root code and basically Spark for running it. We are also using Requestly API for doing the agentic framework. First of all, right now it is actually writing the steps that needs to be done. We already have the requirement, architecture, algorithm, and error handling, test cases as well. So let's see how it goes.
Come on. Chandan's got something working. He's going to share with us what he has got. So Chandan, carry on. Tell us what you've got working.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a few steps to get there, but now what I've got is a deep research running where it's generating the various scope definition, guardrails, and so on and so forth for the agent construction. And once that's constructed, once I've got these list of MD files, I can then start building the actual agent. And if you guys need any help, let me know. Happy to help.
Thank you, Chandan.
You know any functions?
Oh,
Am I still using myself?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in the
Like drilling for oil, right?
Yes, it's like data.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. That will work. Hopefully.
Like drilling for oil, getting married.
I was just hoping that money to catch rather with You need some kind of critical thinking. Like, outsource everything. No, I don't think we should. I think it's against the philosophy of Agentics. Yeah, no, like, it's creativity. Well, I didn't volunteer. I'm a volunteer. I'm a volunteer. My own business is so birthday I know.
Hey guys, I just wanted to call out if anybody's following on their machines or on the screen. This build has made its way out of documentation and specs, and it's starting to actually start to put a stack together and think about architecturally how it's going to achieve its goals.
How much do you reckon that's going to cost you credits?
How much do I think it's going to cost in credits? I guess it's going to be $8, $10. I didn't give it a whole lot to do.
You guys are like, this is ready to it, or you're ready to it? 200K US.
That's not quite good.
Exactly how it's different. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not the same.
But I'm like, as ever with this stuff, this great
That's why I would be a bit clearer with the requirements, right?
You ran a single problem. I've got a
That's how I started I don't think anybody
What's an example?
Heads up if you're interested, the app has started to generate code. It's finished its specs.
I would encourage Nice. What are they I'm really good at data science.
Okay. Shit. Even more shit.
Hello.
Okay, guys, just a quick draw of attention here because something that has come up recently that Chris is going to share. So you may have heard about Google I/O yesterday, and they announced Jules. So Jules, right? So Chris has done some amazing work overnight, and he's going to, I'm basically lifting you up here, right? And he's going to share like what he's found, how some of this works, right? So there's a quick 5-minute demo from Chris over there. So I'll pass it over to him.
Stuff that's like locked up in documents, then you've got better data to do what you're working with. The hedge funds are basically like welcome to trust and professor and what a resource really appreciative. And he's got the incredible trust. About a year ago I just started getting back to surgeon and just like so much research is like directly out of work. What I need to do is get like older guys working. I had it like big boy version of the same thing, basically. Once I've done that, the one that I like now, I don't know the strategy, but also good to like, do the classic catch thing. You have your people Wyoming help you with that process. I mean, like you have people who can see don't do it here, don't get it. You send something on WhatsApp. Like Texas incorporation, like Boston, yeah, flat rate, even if you're only O10. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah. You have to like mail. Yeah. There's no online filing. Someone's gonna make sense. I said they don't have this stuff. I haven't touched root code in a while, so I use cursor.
I use cursor every day. That's my work.
That's why I thought I'd try it. I'm skeptical. The only reason why I'm skeptical is like how much do you want to give it a start? I don't like this like. Please start with the research and shut that in. Yes, so I use OpenAI, and then we preach.
Research thing is like one command, like short bullet point, gives you deep research things. In my case, like trainers. I like
Oh yeah,
some more sources and
I don't like the research for that stuff.
I think it's Gemini 2. I use both, and Gemini 2.5 so just has better mapping.
I start with the
make sure that that's high quality. The idea is that what you'll be able to do
it doesn't give it to you in
the marketing kit is everybody wishes they could have a
So I'm in, but I guess you yeah.
One last year.
Okay. Do you want to go full screen on that?
It was sketchy because I like having like.
Yeah, so do we go full? Does it do full screen or?
The idea is
hello.
Hello everyone. There's a demo, right? From Chris, so
Hello. So who has heard of the OpenAI Codex, which just came out? Yes. Who's used it? Yeah. Few people. Okay, cool. It might be useful. We're talking about autonomous agents today to talk about OpenAI's autonomous agent, which they released on Friday. Because they tell you the stuff that they want, and they don't tell you a lot about the architecture. And I thought, seeing I've been geeking out over the weekend, you might find that quite interesting. And of course, yesterday, Google also released their own autonomous agent, which is called Jules. I haven't had as much time to play with that, but I can give you some interesting outcomes nonetheless. So we're talking about going from autocomplete to autonomous, and I think it's really important before we start to think about what Codex can do to like remind ourselves that 12 months ago, like the hype of AI coding was autocomplete, and I actually saw a link which I sent someone about a year ago now. I was getting super excited because I'm like, oh my god, look, it perfectly predicted the next 20 lines, which I was about to type, and I found that really cool, right? And like now we take so much for granted. So I'm sure a lot of you use what we call supervised agents, might be in cursor, or Rucode or Windsor, where we're basically telling it what to do, it's got access to tools, and that really speeds things up. But now really what we're entering with codecs and tools is we're entering the era of autonomous agent. Again, what we're doing in Rucode. And these are things which, if we instruct them correctly, can go away and do whole things of value without too much input from ourselves. So this is the codex interface I thought I'd show you so that I could be smug about the fact that I'm dropping $200 a month on this, because I understand not everyone will have seen it. But it's actually very simple. It looks just like ChatGPT, and you put your prompt in and you tell it what you want to do. The main difference is that, as you can see at the bottom here, maybe, is that you need to connect it to a GitHub repo. Because you want it to do some code, you want it to do without you involved, so just to know what it's working on. Now, it's really that straightforward. The only thing is the first time you use it, it's a little bit weird, because normally you post ChatGPT and you expect to see a response. Instead, what happens is just something here below, and says, I'm working on that, and it's clear. First couple of times, it's very weird, but you get used to it. Now, what I thought would be interesting for you guys is how this actually works, because I had to do quite a lot of digging and use lots of credits on deep research to really dig into exactly what it's doing underneath the hood. Right, so our interface looks just pretty standard ChatGPT. But what happens when we submit our request is that it puts a queue, goes to an orchestrator, and that's then managed by an agent, which is a new model. Exciting. So they're calling it Codex 1, and it's actually a fine-tuned version of O3. So they've taken O3, which is already one of the best coding models in the world, and they've actually fine-tuned it for the specific things that you're going to want it to do. Yeah, so actual engineering tasks rather than kind of theory. Now, this is the meaty stuff which I'll get into, because I found quite hard to find out from what OpenAI are saying. Now, what actually happens is they spawn up a sandbox in the cloud. Yeah, and that's why they can do multiple concurrency at the same time. But when you create that sandbox, they create an environment from scratch. Yeah, so you can give it setup details of exactly, for instance, you can give it a setup script and tell it the dependencies I want to install. You can set it up in the same way that you would do if you're setting something up in your local environment. Yeah, it's also going to pull in your GitHub repo. You don't have to set it to main. You can set it to any branch that you want. But it's going to pull all that stuff up. It's going to set it up, and then it's going to close it off to the outside world. Because the repo is air gapped, there's no egress going out, you're not allowed any data in there. Data kind of going out while it's running. Now, the reason for that is security, because, for instance, you might have your Superbase credentials sat in there or something like that. Now, I don't know about anyone else in the room who uses agents for many, many hours a day and a week. I won't admit how many. It's a lot. You've probably experienced before. So, for instance, I had one lovely occasion where I was trying to debug some settings for a tenant within the system, and cursor would be really helpful. It actually just wasn't getting the right settings, but it figured they went to the database and it would update the database, and over into my production database. So yeah, things go wrong with agents. So I'm quite happy that they've made this, because it means when it's working with your code, you can't break anything. Yeah. Now, what's really important about the fact that this is an entire sandbox is it also means it can run your code base. Yeah, this isn't like just going to ChatGPT and saying, hey guys, write me some code, and I'm going to copy and paste it and hopefully it'll work. It's not like working in our supervised agents where it's generating code for us, we're finding out whether it works or not. These agents are actually able to execute not just our code, but tests as well, and then iterate. Yeah, so I've done various tests on this where it produces a solution, fails the test, it iterates, tries another solution, fails the test, it iterates again, finds something that works, and then it finally kind of reports back at the end to say that the task is done. So sorry, there's a question.
It's a case where sometimes rewrite tests to like hack the system.
I haven't actually seen that yet. No. Maybe it looks very. I've seen it do it in cursor agent. I haven't seen it happen in Codex. to be honest. There is a key thing I missed here actually, and it kind of relates to that, is that the way that this agent works, right, we're talking about kind of spawning up a sandbox and environment, but how's that actually doing things within that environment? Now, we might have heard about the release of Codex CLI about, what, 3-4 weeks ago now, I think it was? Something like that. Now, what's really interesting is that actually the sandbox is running Codex CLI under the hood. Yeah, so every command that our planning orchestration agent is doing, they're connected via terminal tool into the sandbox, and they're actually executing commands using the Codex CLI in the same way that you might do on your own computer if you run the CLI. Yeah, so it's quite a kind of smart move there, but it's also quite a heavy step from OpenAI because they've open-sourced the CLI, right? So I would say that their bet here is that their fine-tuning is so good that even if they give people half the infrastructure, that you're not being able to catch them up.
I reckon that is the building equivalent code. They want you to go away and work with it, example can do. Because they know Google's going to come with that one at 1 minute now, so it's like make the ecosystem build it.
Yeah, maybe. At the end of the day, you're going to have a competitor that pays money, or
latent-based podcast with the creator, they talk about how they try as much into the model as possible, like building structure around it, pushing that stuff into the model has been really. So the idea is, maybe down the road this is going to be the way to it.
Nice. Thank you. I will have to check that out. Sounds right up my street. Cool. So it's Codex CLI, which executes on the hood. We run tests, we make sure it works, and it's going to report back, right? And the review process is also essentially part of the ChatGPT app. It's actually really nice. I'll show it to you in a second. But what you do to code done because you're not sat in an IDE? Well, you view the code, and if you're happy with it, it essentially creates a branch and creates a pull request. Yeah, which is again the tried and tested workflow. Yeah. So this is set up for environment. I just thought I'd show it here because again, there's absolutely zero documentation about this. Yeah, it's quite guys. You can't really see that, but basically we have different images which you can select. You can select what version of packages you're running, Python, Node, and that kind of thing. You can add environmental variables, kind of set up for it. And we can select what version we want to run on those things, which, as most of you will know, it's quite a big difference. So this is the kind of output we get. We might recognize that very similar to ChatGPT, but what we're seeing on the right is a diff almost exactly what we get on GitHub when we're reviewing a PR, right? So again, really useful. It's something most developers are familiar with and very well integrated with our existing workflows. Now, we switch to the log view, and this is really fascinating as well. Like, you can actually see every single thing that the agent did. Yeah. So every single line which it typed into the CLI, every decision which it made, every plan which it made, you can see it all. And there's a lot. This is where, ironically enough, Google's models come in really well because they've got such great context length, so they're kind of free at the moment. So you can take that entire log and copy and paste it to Gemini and be like, what we've done here? That's 400 tokens. The last one I did. So like I said, everything up.
So does it have anything like a memory system? Like near say knowledge graph, there's a knowledge graph underneath it.
Knowing how big they are in caching, I would assume what they're doing is they're just kind of back-to-back in the queries, because every time they're kind of appending previous query, the kind of top loading cache that's like super cheap for them, like they might give us a 55% discount. But the chances are that like it costs them nothing. Yeah, it might cost them like 98% less than doing a fresh query. So in essence, and I should take a step back. Do people know how like prompt caching works and like input token caching? A little bit. Okay, so basically let's say we're doing work on a big repo and we've got a lot of stuff which we need to stick into the LLM in order to get rid of the response out of it, right? We pay for that. That costs quite a lot of money. But OpenAI can cache that. They can keep it ready in memory on one of their instances. And so if we need to use it again, they don't need to do it costs on a fraction of that. So generally, by the API, if you do the same request twice, and by that I mean the start of it matches something that they've seen very recently, then it'll give you a 75% discount on those tokens. Yeah. But what we're thinking here is that actually it costs a lot less than that, and they're still making quite a lot of money even after the discount. So rather than having to come up with a clever memory system, they're just using that technique and just building on their chain every time that they do something new within the chain of thought. So yeah, great questions. So again, yeah, this is the end, and I was saying that once you've had it approved, you can create an API directly from the interface. So I said that you can copy and paste it to the M9 Pro, and this is what it did. I said to it, okay, tell me how many turns it's taking on each thing. Right, so you'll see, actually, interesting enough, most of his time was kind of spent setting up, deciding what to do, exploring the code base, that kind of thing. Then it's setting up the tests, making sure they ran. Again, very diligent agent, did all of the tests first to make sure that the tests were working, so it can claim fake success. And then it ran through, and actually doing the editing was kind of a relatively small part of the end, really. So overall, it's like a really smooth user experience. Although it's a new way of working, it's familiar enough that with a couple of those, it pretty much seamlessly fits into your existing workflows. I think it's pretty cool that you can see every step that the agent's doing. I've not played with tools that much, but I certainly haven't found out yet if they're doing that. I don't think they are. And again, it's kind of a big bet here. And like I said before, the air gap, running it in a sandbox environment, good for safety.
I was just wondering, what is the term? I've not heard of that terminology before.
Cool, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Good question. So if we look at what the agent is doing, so we mentioned that it's we mentioned that it's using CLI, right? So if you imagine it's a role-playing game or something like that, then it's kind of going, here's what I want to do. And then the CLI is coming back with a response from the terminal, and it's reading it. And then it's giving it another command, yeah? And then it's reading the response again from the terminal. So essentially, each term is every command which it gives into the terminal, and then what it reads from it, response. So cons. It can be quite slow. So we're used to kind of working with agents in our IDEs where even when it's painful, it's still moving in real time, so we feel like we've got some control over it. The example I used here, which was relative to big refactor, took about 20 minutes. Yeah, if you're doing a fairly standard code review, it might be 2 or 3 minutes, so that's a bit more manageable. But it can take anything up to half an hour. So you kind of need to get used to a different way of working, and there's certain tasks just not suitable for other ones, which it is. Now, this is a set and forget. You can't do anything about it once it's gone. That means you need to prepare the test much more. If you're anything like me with cursor or group, then half the time you hit enter, and you're like, yeah, I've got that. And you just interrupt it. You're like, oh, no, you need to do this as well. Or give it some additional context. Like, when you hit return here, there's no going back. So you need to make sure you've given it real clear guidance in advance. And it seems like right now the follow-up's broken. Much as they give you that window where they're like, oh, type in something and it'll continue, it doesn't seem to work. Now, they might have this now as well, but OpenAI concept that everyone should agent.md file and use that for anything that you want your agent to see. Now, I tried this with a couple of projects early on, and it wasted like 40 or 50 turns just trying to find an agent file. Yeah. So it's like, I've searched it, I searched it again, maybe it's hiding on that server. Could you have a look for an agent file, please? It really wasted like so many turns just trying to find an agent file. So like, just play just once. So really, the best case is this kind of converge on things here. Right, so really good things where we need a lot of context. Yeah, particularly with cursor use cursor as well. Using cursor for context is kind of roulette. Sometimes it gives the agent what you want, sometimes it doesn't. It's a real pain in the ass. The great thing about that is the agent decides what context it uses. So if you're talking about like massive refactors across even hundreds of files, it'll be in everything that it needs. Yeah, so any kind of long context task here, easy debugging or even planning, these kind of tools can work really, really well for. Same for analysis, right? You need to put in a bunch of stuff, you need to understand it, so it's going to work really well in there. And I'll say this, to some extent, refactoring, right? The reason I say to some extent is because if we go back to this in the first place, I said to it, refactor this report, this utility file. Now, this is typical rookie coding. I apologize. 2 files, about 3,000 lines of Python code. And I very much told it to make smaller files. Now, while it did actually refactor it, the main service file was 150 lines longer than when we started. Yeah. So what it means is that, again, this isn't like a magic pill. It's not suddenly going to be the world's best engineer and just make amazing decisions. You need to give it really clear guidance, which is exactly what we're saying here. You need to give guidance. Right? So if you have a refactor in mind, you know exactly how you want it to be to it. And I would suggest it's good practice anyway to kind of have a look at it, chuck it into an LLM and say, give me 3 different ways I can do that, pick out what works for you, kind of turn that into it. Cool. So I because it was fresh this morning. Very interesting. I tried a test with Google's agent this morning, and I was expecting it not to be good for various reasons. So test which I did was a security test on a security. Quite fun. So what it came back to me from codec was kind of 5 bullet points, about 3 sentences long. I picked up on the things which were wrong with log project. Hard coding. Also scripting and stuff like that. That's quite useful. Now I tried the exact same prompt in Gemini, and it came back with 8 markdown files. So 7 markdown files for getting the exact. One summary file giving me takeaways and prioritization of what I should do when. And in total, it was about 950 lines of security. Now, I'm very aware that you should always relate the velocity quality. I think in this case, for security review, Gemini. Yeah.
So I've been using Gemini 2.5 Pro for like a good month now. I've actually access to it, so I don't know how other people have access to it. But I've been using it, and one thing I noticed, it doesn't shy away from whereas GPT does. So I think it's not to say that the Unix is any better or worse. It's just I think Gemini is full of responses, which can help with this case. Yeah, definitely. And
not just input token, definitely uses the context more in terms of output. Yeah, absolutely. So before we wrap up, any questions on codecs or Joule, Modern Agent, or the football?
You think the play just question there? Do you think the play just fake?
The Jules came out. Now probably not, because I think it's fake. I don't think you can pay for it. I probably run about 4 head-to-head like it looks good. And like if I had guess, I don't know what data if I had guess at this point, I'd say we was going to have possible.
If not, the other 150 on.
Yeah, I mean they've got a very high year one, 50, but that's video and a whole bunch of stuff as well. So yeah, I think they're free.
Check. So do you think it's good enough for this capability to use? Because obviously these two programs are very new. So is it worth it actually going into it and using it in production code or anything like that?
So the program handling, but the models aren't. Like the models we use kind of all the time anyway in our coding. So it probably makes more sense to think of it as a new orchestration method as opposed to a new kind of product, because that's really what it is. We're looking at a different way of looking with the same models, be it fine-tuned installation, kind of getting performance. I'm going to say that it's fine-tuned efficiency as well, if not more so. But yeah, like Agentic AI, you could have better be clear about what you want to do in advance. I love rubbish for but the same applies to say root code or whatever you use. If you're streaming it about what you want and you check results, then you'll be able to make it pretty quickly. If you don't use those things, then you're just getting back to that.
We will return for developing AI financial services.
That's a good question. What would you recommend?
That's because Chris knows I'm doing analytics related stuff. At the end of the day, it's code. So like you got to protect the data and go into the LLMs, and then otherwise go. I use Claude to code. I think everyone probably uses Claude to code. Yeah, and then I debug it. So I imagine everyone does that too. Yeah.
So if you had to pick one AI tool to build out sites, which one do we pick today? Codex, tools, what we're using today, with this Spark framework, just regular cursor, and other tools, which one would you pick?
Me, but first it was only one. I go with cursor. I know a lot of programs went through, and it's not like I just had time to get together. Yeah. What I have seen is the way that people use Root in a very important way. And that's not necessarily the same as how I work. I don't know what's right or wrong. I'm just creating a community and I'm much about learning. Again, I could be very wrong about this. It feels to me like the way that people use Root predominantly, because it's got this kind of amazing demonstration. And then what they do goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done. Yeah, incredible. Now, that's never the approach taken. I've always, rather than tried to kind of chuck it over to get the work done, I've always tried to do the AI tool. So my guiding principle is that I want code to come out the other side exactly the same as I've written itself. Yeah, that means being the tool and coming back to the analogy. So step one, it's draft me. I'm going to check over. I'm going to give it a 90% rate on this. So have a look at it, and then move on to step 2, etc. So for me, that's the only tool in the way that I've used, although I know you can as well. Like that is my workflow. Again, everyone's trying to work.
But because of VS Code, to use Root inside cursor is just more dangerous and more artisans who are doing the cursor whatever. That they are any reason why you would stick to one and not use I like this from Root, I like I think the MV integration is quite interesting in how easy it is to assign different modes and whatnot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think the reality is we want to use as much tools as workflows and different tools. Different things. Like we can go to the building site, and even within the job, we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff.
The reason the strategy is going to choose is because for me, my YouTube is like I'm really interested in the way that new code is able to like autonomously execute, because essentially my work process is like I said, it's going through the steps and all these decisions until I get to the point essentially I have these runs of tasks. Right, it's exactly what I want to implement. Actually, I don't need to look at this because if the agent does job, so stuff like that really is like successful. You know, and also refactoring security analysis actually these tools could be really good because like you're using rules and essentially you've got to have your ID. So if you can be doing useful stuff in the background or somewhere else, then again, it just multiplies what you do.
Yeah, I agree. Another question is, for example, if you're putting together like a homeland and you're using loads of different projects on GitHub, for example, how do you decide what context the agent or the AI needs from each project? Does it need to read? Does it need to understand the code base? If so, what? And especially when you get like push on a roll 10 different repositories into one. I think that high level orchestration steps will be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, so something that I'm working with is like for bumpers we use like an open UI, which is like an OLAP front end. So front end is for talking with the models. Then I want an agentic as well. So NA10 is really easy for that because those are really good templates. Like them for the back end. So most of them you can run as a system container, and then in the networking, I think so. For example, OpenWebUI, you could just point it at the OpenAI compatible URL. But it's then about building on tools. For example, like I can't. So some open source complexity deep research. And when you start from scratch, I think it's even more of a facing mountain of what context do I need. I want everything. Especially coming from a technical background, it's quite intimidating to be like, okay, what does the AI actually need to know? Does it even need to research?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. That context is everything, right? If you don't give enough, it becomes what it needs. If you give too much, then you use it on burn. So there's lots of different approaches to this. Agentics is by using AI to summary guide every technical notation that you get. So as time goes on, I can have a technical guide you just sometimes the guide here are the patterns you use, here are the ones that you read, why, where to go, the documentation, the depth of something really good. I've got lots of things yeah, with that as well. So yeah, taking up to time.
That's amazing. Good, thank you.
Cool.
I guess we will be up here on some emails also. We're going to progress slowly to the round phase at the moment. So I would like to ask, is there anyone wants to roll out experiences, questions, etc. Would you generate? Is anyone who would like to? Yeah.
I'm just thinking, has anybody got working apps that they'd be interested to share?
Working? Is that AI?
Working, that's like the definition of working is like progressing to a stage. Someone has made like, wow, this is a light bulb movement, and who wants to do a show and tell for 5 minutes? You can do for 2 people, you're 3 people. who want to show and tell what they achieved. If you can do that, could we share our Teams meeting room on the window, or could you, how do we make them join the Teams link here? It's on also, can you join the Teams meeting? So, any other volunteers should we there? Otherwise, I will call out some people.
This presentation.
Anyone? I'm going to make my discretionary call to make some call outs. So I guess you want to share something? Yes. Anyone else? One more person? Right. And then yes, I'm going to set my registration. So we don't please okay. It's about the experience, yeah? So we'll do here, we'll go there, and then I'll come to you. Right? Okay, lovely. So anyone has got any questions for our colleagues from Requesty here? So, any questions for Requesty? Who have been kind enough to arrange this venue, lovely venue for us, and organize all the pizza and yeah, there we go.
I've been quite stressed out recently programming agentically because it's costing quite a lot of money. And so I was wondering if anyone had any methods or ways they've recently explored to reduce the cost, or maybe create apps in 5-10% less prompts to reduce the overall cost of building.
Hello. So Requesty is building some of that stuff, but first of all, it's understanding what you're trying to do. So I think if you're just writing a PRD or you're writing docs, you shouldn't be using the most expensive model. So you can just use a cheaper model. Think about Flash from Google, a very good model to use for fast and a bit more easy tasks, even the difficult ones. Then the second step is like, are you coding? Are you debugging? What are you doing exactly? So I think the root code modes should help a lot. We're working on a thing at Requesty where we want to automatically choose the model for you, depending on your task. So that should come in a couple of weeks. But overall, in terms of tips, there's prompt caching, which we should do for you as well, which is caching basically your past prompts with the provider. So a bit more information on the prompt caching. How it works is, if you go to a provider directly, we can enforce caching with them on their GPUs. And basically what you do in root code and other systems is that you have a conversation. So you iterate, you go further, but that whole context, you're still using. So imagine you switch models, you would lose the caching because you have to resend the entire context you just created to that new model. So there's a lot of tricky ways. So that's how it goes. Like, what is the task I'm trying to do? Is it just coding, debugging, or is it writing a doc, or figuring out my system, right? Use a cheaper, faster model. Am I actually doing code? Use a more expensive, more sophisticated model. And then it's your preferences. What we're trying to do is give you more insights about what are other users using, what are their preferences. But like, I still use Cloud 3.5 because it uses less tokens and it listens to me more, but that's a user preference. So what I will do is like, I'll go to Flash for everything that's document writing and non-coding related, and then use more expensive models. Model juggling, yes, exactly.
So just to add to it, in a Spark methodology, you have the ability to assign a model to each of the modes. So in your, you'll see, we will show you separately, but there's a place where you can say, for autocoder, use an instruct model. For a thinking bit, use Cloud 3.7. So you kind of have the ability in Spark to do that. What I should do, I've heard you, but we will do one demo first, then one question, then another demo, another question, and then we'll go around, if that's okay.
You can just repeat what I'm saying. It's going to make a point. Like, even when you're switching.
There's a misconception when you switch models that you lose context. So a lot of the IDs actually somehow manage that caching layer to some extent. But if you're coding natively, if you use something like LiteLLM, it actually gives you a cache locally and lets you store it and manage that. So you can have huge caches. So I've used this with like switching between models, as long as the prompts are the same, certain configuration. So there is some control over it to some extent. Obviously, it's model dependent, but you can play with the parameters and how it works, so it gives you control over the cache. So if that's a concern, you can do that. Light LLM.
So that won't work for the GPU provider.
So if you use the prompt with model A from an AI.
In theory, you can force it to respond the same way with another model.
Not about responding, which is, do you pay for the cache price?
No, you don't, because the cache is local.
That's what
Correct.
they said. So we're talking only about the pricing of the caches. If you change models, you would pay for the cache, right?
No, you wouldn't, because it's local. It's local to your application, so you have control over the
The
cache.
GPU model still needs the whole context to be able to perform the task. So you still need to
No, but that before it gets passed to the model, you have control over what gets passed.
Let me give you this. We have a conversation. I say, how are you doing?
Sure.
And I'm saying, let's talk about football, right?
Yeah.
And now we switch models. And now you say, I want to talk about hockey. But you would have not known that I wanted to talk about
Oh, so you're talking about memory. That's different from caching.
No.
Multi-steps.
Yes. So when
Okay,
you're coding,
we'll chat about this another time, but they're two distinct different things. Because caching context, I meant in the sense of inference, not in the sense of holding context between conversations, because that's like short-term versus long-term.
But if you're coding, you always need
Conscious of the time, guys, I'm gonna maybe move. You've been patiently waiting. We have got 5 minutes for the demo. You are assigned to. Here's a microphone. Please do the demo.
I'm not sure I'll need all 5 minutes, but let's go. So, how do I screen share here? This started off, my friend Charlie next to me spent about £20 in credits trying to generate a note-taking app using the roux method, but he couldn't get one working, unfortunately. So, rather arrogantly, I said Cursor can do it in one prompt with no context. And this is the result. How do I Teams? So the magnificent result of a single shot in Cursor, producing a functional app that Roux struggled to do with £20 worth of credits in about half an hour, is this. And failed to add the note. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching this amazing demo.
That's how we learn. So another time for a question. Anyone has any more questions?
So I've been using Cursor for building apps for a while, and my personal workflow is mostly being a human reviewer, where I review every single thing that the AI does. And I'm new to this Spark workflow, but my understanding is I'm sort of doing my own Spark workflow manually, where first it's like clarify the requirements, then make an implementation step, then implement it, and at every step I review it to make sure we're aligned. Because in my experience, AI LLMs make errors and they tend to compound. And so being able to review at every step helps way reduce the impact of those errors. What I'm wondering is for people experienced with that workflow with Spark, where it looks like at every step, the AI does so much that it's almost impossible to review everything, otherwise it slows it way down. So I wonder, and maybe it's related to seeing how it failed to build the simple apps, how do you manage that? Like, how do you review it? How do you solve that problem of compounding errors when you use agents to write code?
So again, look, as I said at the beginning, in November I struggled with the Git push, right? That was my position in November. Now I don't have the problem, obviously. I can create apps in 24 hours. The key to it is the research. And I learned this from Groove during our Thursday and Friday, which I'll talk to you a little bit more. You do the research properly, you get the guardrails properly, and the key thing is do test-driven development. Build feature by feature. Test, fix any errors before you move to the next one. There is a branching strategy.md that I've shared with some of you. It maintains the branching strategy. it just got created randomly. I didn't create it. I was doing something and it just randomly created. AI created the branding strategy for me, but I found it super helpful. So test-driven development is key. Requirements and research is key, and then it will move on. But if you do want manual interventions, you can put it in your rule, basically your rules file. So at the .ru folder, you have rules, right? In the rules, you can say, under such circumstances, ask me. Under these things, you ask me. And to be honest, actually, Roof has created a version of Ru code. He has forked Ru code and he's created certain advanced features within Ru code. So I don't think that has been published here, but we're going to check that. That allows you even more control about how you want AI to act in particular ways. Okay? That's me. Anyone else from the group? Anyone wants to add to what I mentioned? Anyone else? No? No? Okay. All right. Then we go to the second demo. Did that answer the question, by the way? Yeah, we can go through the details if you want. I can show you something. Connected to the Teams. It's in the index. Could you connect your Teams? I'll come back to you after the third one. Yeah. We are coming earlier to you. Are you ready with the Teams? Are you got it? No? Okay. All right. Admit you. So one second. I'll admit you. You must be in. Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
All right. So, the idea I had was to actually have an AI assistant that would track the stuff that I'm doing and then give me some suggestions around workflows that could be useful for my productivity. So basically, an AI assistant that would track what I'm doing so that I don't have to do it again. And the lazy person helper. And I didn't know if the idea is even doable, so I asked it to make some research around this. And I have an in-depth research of the architecture, how it should look like, and then a final report of the whole software, how it should be. And now it has been building for the past 15-20 minutes, and I'm just clicking OK. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's doing a lot of API requests because probably the stuff that needs automation will need some type of connections. Yes, you can. So my MEP is not ready, but I kind of have the idea of how the software could or should look like. And hopefully it will build me something that I can deploy locally for a privacy perspective. So that was at least the suggestion I got. Basically did the research of many weeks and many people in a few minutes, probably. And let me know if you would use the lazy person's AI assistant. I could send you the demo as well.
Thank you. That's great. Does anyone have any comments, any questions to add?
I actually got kind of similar stories. Essentially, I asked it to create a React site for my company called Agentics AI, and it's the first $5, and it's on to the next $5. Hopefully, it's going to generate something. I did ask for some nice animations and what have you, but yeah, we're still waiting.
Thank you for monitoring. Okay. Unless there are any further questions, I'll go to the third. You have a question? Yeah, you do. Okay.
Hi guys, a demo of what I've found so far from my experience. Let me get it down. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. So I had, I set this up. I had a load of agents running in parallel. So I did a simple PRD with remote, a deep research PRD with remote. I did cursor. I did a cursor note taker. I did windsurf. I did GitHub Copilot, and then had the templates. So the simple PRD doesn't work, I'm afraid, but is sort of loading there. The deep research PRD was similar. It's sort of in a loading state. The windsurf app came up with this, which is pretty decent. So you could do this and that, but then it doesn't persist the things. GitHub Copilot, I don't think worked. Let's see if I can get the note taker. Yeah, so this was GitHub Copilot, so this sort of doesn't have the to-dos, but is like getting there. This one was actually all right. So this can create a note, I believe. So this was the best result. This was, I believe, one of the root codes. So we got that. So I guess my question to the team, I would be most interested in there's presumably quite a lot of finagling around the effective prompts that generate good outputs. So would be interested to sort of how you get things to work, or what would be the iterative process to then take sort of what I've been able to do to like something that you could deploy to production and sell to a client, because I think Roof does this. So yeah.
Would anyone in the audience want to respond to this?
Hey, so I'm building quite a big production app at the moment. It's an operating system. It's not quite as scary as it sounds. So it's an operating system for small businesses. It's based on the cloud. So really, we're kind of dealing with data, workflows, tasks. But there's quite a lot of scope to it, right? And the thing is, if businesses are going to trust their entire business in your app, you really kind of need to take that seriously, and like you can't afford to have security issues, bugs, flaws, that kind of thing. So I don't know about anyone else. I can just talk you through like what my process has been, right? And so that is to, I mentioned before, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always iterative. It's always draft. It's always review. It's always improve. Like I don't. No. No, like I'd say for me, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through. For me, I like to do 1, which is probably like PRD, right? So it's like draft me a PRD, here's a mind dump of everything that I'm thinking about this. And actually that's super useful because like it makes you think about stuff you wouldn't have otherwise. And then when you see it like that, you're like, oh, that's cool, but actually now I'm seeing it, I really want to do this, or I really want to do that, right? So I would always say like PRD first, right? Now, every project's different, like because of the scope of what I was doing, I wanted to kind of jump to architecture because I was like, I'll be honest, like I had no fucking idea how to do it, right? So I'm like, okay, the biggest problem here is my own ignorance, let's go in with the architecture. Yeah, so what I did with that is I created a bunch of templates, right? So I kind of asked the AI, like, what does good architecture documentation look like, right? What kind of stuff should we be talking about here?
Yeah, and I created a whole bunch of kind of templates for, what should the overview of this microservice be, the data model, what interfaces. Oh yeah, actually let's add an open API specification so we know exactly what it should be doing when something talks to it. Yeah, so I created all these templates, and then that allowed me to say, give it maybe a page or two of information about like, okay, here's integrations, right? So it needs to be able to do all these things, here are the requirements, build out the architectural documents based on these templates, yeah, for these recommendations, right? So then when it's kind of expanding, you've given it quite a lot of guidance, it's expanding it for you in the way that you've told it, using the templates, but you still need to go and check, right? Because probably like 80–90% of it's going to be good, but it's going to make some decisions you don't agree with. Yeah. Now, I've trialed what the best step is to go from architecture to like building. And like sometimes you might need features or specifications. I went too far the long way, I did everything, and it was just far too much stuff. Probably for small projects, you just want to go straight to building it. Pretty much, like you have an architecture, here's what I want to do. As soon as you start seeing the product, it's quite clear how you want to change it. And for me, it was just wasting time, like building out these hopeless feature specifications and user journeys. If you're never sure, it might help. But that's it, play with it, see what works. But I think the core concepts are like review and iterate at every stage and use templates, right? You don't need to know what a BRD looks like. I don't, I've never worked in a corporation, but like by going to a few LLMs, pulling out, I could see what worked for me, develop a template which worked for me, and then use that for others. Is that helpful?
I've also been playing with Codex over the weekend and found myself getting lots of different branches with varying things and spending my time just reviewing pull requests to merge things back together. And I just wondered if you had any thoughts on how to avoid that and get the most out of it. Like, obviously, you do a bunch of planning. I got to the point where I broke down my steps from the architecture into steps you do sequentially and steps you do concurrently, but then you still end up with like merging code. I'm like a data engineer, like I don't understand full stack. I'm looking at the code thinking, I don't know if that's good or right, or which bit of this I need to merge this together. Like you can sort of have a rough guess, but like, can you just pass that back into like another AI and be like, tell me which thing to solve here, how do I merge these?
So again, I can only speak from kind of my experience. So the way that I work, I kind of sketch some stuff here. I just realized, so apologies guys. Right, so I said like engineering docs, just go and build it. Like I was predominantly thinking about like web apps, because that's what I've been building. Like so front end, it's kind of like just get into the nitty gritty, because as soon as you see it, it's going to change anyway. Right, if we're talking like more data, back end stuff, then actually what I do is I build like runbooks. Yeah, so we've said we've got either architecture or engineering documents, which like this is exactly how I want to do it, right? But then we can turn that into very specific things by creating these kind of runbooks, which are just like different tasks. So what I have is a YAML format, which I use. And like YAML's great because you can just read it, right? It's not like JSON, which kind of gives you a headache. Yeah, it's essentially JSON, but in a nice human readable format, right? So what we do with that is, the first thing is like, here are the files you need to load for context, right? It might be code, it might be documentation, but before you do this task, you need to load this. Yeah. Then it's step by step what I would actually want it to do. It's like, so for instance, here's a target file, give it a path. I want you to create a function here which does this. Constraints, don't use that library, make sure you use our standard, this, that, the other, right? So what we can do then, and again, an AI can do that, you're not having to do it all by hand, but you go from your architecture or engineering to build these runbooks for me based on this format, which I want you to do it in, because then you can go to reject that, right? You can go, is this the way I want to build it? Is this the way I want it to do it? And like that, for me, is when you get to the autonomous point, because like I said before, when you have all these things laid out, you've looked at them, you're happy with them, then actually, as long as it implements it in the way that you've written it down, then you know it's going to work. And to be fair, I haven't experimented with like Codex for that, but you probably should be pretty good, and if you've got those ones.
Chris, we'll do one more demo, and then we're gonna a few interviews, and then I think we'll wrap up. To your question very quickly while I work there, is as a business user, like if you are a product manager, you don't really need everything, right? So what I do is I ask it to create synthetic data. So what it does, it creates data models. So if you have particular data models, it creates the proper JSON formats, the data formats, so you actually can get a working product out there, and then you iterate from there. That's how I've been. But on that point, if you still like to make the demo, it's all yours. Are you on the Teams? Yeah. Yes. So, all right. So let me just open my camera so you can see me. Share my screen quickly. Yeah. Good. Right, so I'm gonna just show you a little bit about what I did today and what I'm sort of doing right now. So, I was already sort of working on, refactoring my website. So currently, I have a sort of very basic version of my website in place. So, as a tech star, you really want to, improve the quality of your website so that you build a lot of credibility. So what I did is I went to literally V0, and in the base version, this is the fork library that I have, but in the base version, I sort of explained everything about what I was doing, what my product was about, and really made sure that AI knows about my product. And in sort of 48 iterations, I was able to really get sort of the desired result. So from that basic website, now it looks sort of kind of cool. So what I then did is I downloaded this and forked it in, cloned it into my sort of local repository, and now basically I'm using Roo to build a CI/CD sort of workflow from Azure. So I initialized a static web app in Azure, and now I'm trying to do that. So there were a lot of dependency issues. So Roo actually gave me a lot of capability when it comes to doing the root cause analysis. So you will actually see here then that when I actually ran into problem and I actually posted the problem into Roo, it asked me sort of on every step. It went through file by file and it asked for my approval. So I was reading every single file, and so we're able to make decisions like how to think in processes, and whether I want this to happen or not to happen. Rather than directly reading the code, I was actually reading the summaries of what it was doing and approving the summary. So it actually made the development process much easier. And now we are almost there. So I have build in the progress right now. So we'll see how the sort of production run goes. It's literally doing that right now. Okay. So we have already passed all the errors that we were having before, except the super base one, which I did not initialize. We have got the main output. We have got the so the code has been into the destination directory, and it is finally getting published. So I basically achieved what I wanted to achieve today. Very impressive. I need to learn this from you. Thank you for sharing. So on this note, over to you, Mark.
Okay, yes. Because we're doing these events worldwide, we also like to do interviews. So if you're looking for some volunteers, I do want to point to people. But we would like to ask, how your experience was at the event, what you have learned or what you did not learn. Feedback like that is also welcome. But yeah, we'd like some volunteers that I can shoot some questions at. Don't worry, it's not being recorded. It's not going to IRS, HMRC, or any of your favorite enemies. We're not asking for PIN numbers or CVV codes on the back of your card. So you don't have to worry about that one. Just some fun questions, and that will help us improve the experience. It's the first one we're doing in London. And, just still trying to get a hang of it as well.
So guys, we all came in here, we had expectations, which is why I asked what are expectations. Can I just see an honest raise of hands, like, do you feel we have been 0.01%, I mean, that's my philosophy, be 0.01% better every day. Right? That's my personal philosophy. So did we gain, what's been a general, any thumbs up, middle, down, what's it? Yeah.
Maybe we should take a picture. Okay, we're going to repeat this. I never said this. So you have, I calculated 0.01% better every day means 365 days, you're 42% better if my maths is correct. Right, so aim is 0.01% better every day. Right. All right. You want to do the interviews now? All goes.
We don't need this one. I got my own microphones. Yes, it's for private one, so you don't have to answer in front of the whole group.
My first victim. Okay, maybe more words.
We can keep that one running. Live stream. Yeah, we can keep it running.
Keep it running.
Okay. It's gonna say we got our first victim.
Yes.
We sent an email out saying they had signed up.
Yeah,
but no one I know has like any people I know who applied for the project. So I don't know if it's just like it rejected everyone. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm guessing they had like a lot of seats for same. Anyway, I see you do some
You just cheated.
Actually, I
I was going to say, do you want to ask Thibault sponsor experience?
yeah, that's just I'm bringing this as well. We can live stream the interviews.
Oh
Why not?
yeah, that's fine.
You can do the ladies because it's very rare that
I know.
it's all male.
I know.
Hi.
Ladies,
Are you doing the interview now?
Can I ask you if you want to do an interview? Just a few questions.
We did with
Robbie.
He's there already.
Don't worry, he can point at me most of the time.
As you see. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I'm starting recording and live streaming as well. If you don't mind.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a very unflattering angle.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was joking.
Yeah, we're recording the actual thing we're there, but we're trying to do it all at the same time. Yeah, just a few. So asking everyone the same question, but it's a bit organic, of course.
So what has brought us here?
Yeah, you can see the questions if you want to see.
Like what's working, the inner working.
That's why I had to bring two phones, because it's like one for questions and one for recording.
Tell me if you're ready.
Yeah. Okay, I only have one extra microphone, so unfortunately I can only connect two microphones.
Check this if it's working.
Yeah, it should see it. Okay. And then I'm wearing one as well. So it should be fine. Might have to sit down. Wait, let me grab a seat.
I don't know what's
It's a very nice backdrop.
It's very cool. I want the footage. You want to see the footage? Oh, can I go get the footage?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I never
we'll get over. So yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to the event, first of all. So yeah, first of all, what sparked your interest in agentic AI? You want to go first?
So I think the future of AI is going into agentic direction, and I wanted to get to know what's new in London and understand what you guys are doing and what we can do to leverage the solutions.
I wanted to go into software engineering when I decided that I was what I was doing my career path, taking a maths degree, and then I realised that I kind of wanted to be on the wave rather than away from it. So I was like, when I was learning, I was already learning software engineering, and then I realised that AI was the tool that was coming in and everyone was using it. So I started using it, and then realised how useful it was for software engineering, and then progressively ended up being like, I feel like it's going to replace a lot of jobs, and I'd rather be on the wave than falling off of it, basically. So
that makes sense. So what brought you to this event? What brought you to this event? Like, what specifically attracted you about the event? Like, hey, I want to come here.
I guess because right now I'm using AI to code some software for a company. I just wanted to learn how to optimize that because Brew tokens are really expensive. So I just use Brew ID to cursor, but then it just feels like a project managing something instead of like actually building it fully. And it doesn't make very good UI changes and stuff like that. So it's just kind of boring.
So we have an AI-powered language learning app, and for us to be able to build it, I use a lot of like different workflows and integrated AI, and I wanted to learn more about AI agents to check out how we can actually do this in a business way so that we can optimize our whole processes and potentially make it available for others as well, as an opportunity. And specifically, I got recommended this event by someone I met around the AI agent space. So I was quite curious about getting involved in that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good. This is why face to face is good because there's only so much we can do in another Zoom room or another Teams. So you're looking ahead. What developments or innovations in AI are you most excited about?
Thing like it is mostly on the technical part, but I'm curious about is that how the general population will actually use it. Like everyday people can leverage it in a way that they can really understand. When I talk about AI agents, I think only half of my friends understand it, and even though they're technical already, so I wanna like make it a little bit more available for people, and then I'm quite curious about how people will actually use it.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people can actually use AI agents, but not. Like as parents, you could use AI agents to come up with like trip plans for family holidays instead of doing the manual Google thing. So, and then what do you gain for participating in the Agentics community?
Learning and like up and coming things, like having the advanced knowledge before everyone else. I feel like these are like some of the stuff I didn't know about before coming here. So it's super interesting for me to actually see, okay, it can be done faster than how we're doing it.
Yeah, and that's the good part, and this is why we started this as well. Like we want to show as many people as possible, like, hey, these are other ways to do it, and don't get stuck, trying to ChatGPT your way out of it. Then there's better ways of doing it. And then all of the foundation, of course, the whole idea is to make it open source as much as possible. Democratize it, so it's not only for large enterprises.
Exactly. Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's literally the first London event we're doing. We're literally, still figuring it out. But yeah, that's why we're doing interviews as well. Because we might have a direction in mind, and then people actually say, well, that's great, but actually that doesn't work for us. And then we're pitching to us, doesn't do that. Saying like, say don't drink alcohol to people that haven't drank alcohol for 50 years. They're not going to do that anyway. So, well, if you can say, hey, blue coat, it's open source and such. Of course, you still need to pay for model consumption, but there's better ways to do it, and you can learn ahead because you can see what's happening as well. you can see the thinking happening. So yeah, really powerful. You wanna? So sorry. What do you hope to gain from participating in AI community, in Agentics community?
I guess specifically, I would just like to learn more information about it. I guess it's just a collection of people that actually have talked about it. And I think you said not a lot of people know about this. There's not a lot of like. The only thing I do is I ask AI. I'll be like, "What's the new AI stuff today?" I'll be like, "Oh, can you give me some like interesting points about what I should go next and do?" And then I just realize I'm using AI to learn about AI. It doesn't feel very human.
And this is a challenge. You can go to events, AI events, and then you go there, and it's more like a possible bingo than you're actually learning something.
Oh my goodness.
And we've all been to those events, and that's what we're trying to prevent, of course. So, yeah.
I feel like whenever I went to some like AI events, like I went to tech shows, things like that, I just felt like people were almost trying to confuse me on the purpose instead of actually just trying to tell me what the software did.
But my experience is that maybe we have to edit it out. But if people can't explain how it works, then they probably don't understand.
Yeah. I mean,
that's my experience.
I kind of agree with you there. I feel like a lot of people, they overcomplicate. I took a very complicated subject at uni, and if I tried to explain like that to someone that didn't take that subject in the same field as me, let alone not in the same field as me, they wouldn't understand what I was saying either. So like, it's the same thing.
I know. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Just like I said, we just need to figure out how much. I'm a cybersecurity guy, but basically, there's this organization called SANS. Basically, they call it drinking from the fire hose. So they go like, we teach you so much stuff, and they go like, if you remember 10%, you're already a rock star. So I'm not suggesting that we do that same model where we just cram so much information that you just go, I got a headache, I need to go home. But yeah, we just need to figure out what level of information works. But yeah, that's why these interviews are helpful for us. Yeah, we can figure out. We want more people to show. And thankfully, we're very glad. We already had a waiting list for the first event, which is great. But yeah, next next time we want. I know, ambitious, 160 people. Yeah, we want multiple groups to sit together and go like, hey, I got this problem. My big work. Okay, 40 sit together. I said, we just do that. That would be great. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And names. Yeah. So you have to take a back to back picture. Not this one. This is
full name.
Sorry?
Can you tell your name to just recover?
Gabriella Cuba.
Okay, cool. And you are in the WhatsApp group as well. So yeah, we're gonna send the.
We'll do it after.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Taking the time.
Do you do this type of events in other locations?
So we're planning.
We are planning.
US, fortunately. So currently there's only UK events at this point in time.
Just one sec. Yeah. Are you guys happy to give a short interview? Some questions to respond? Do you have 5 minutes?
I've got to get going. Actually, I'm sorry.
All right. No problem. Cool. Next time.
Are you okay with the interviews? Have you got a few?
Yeah, sure. So hopefully we can keep in touch and send you.
I'll be there on. I'll be when you do the next one.
In June, end of June. Are you here or?
I'm here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Zach. So let's do the sponsor experience.
Yes, let's do people. Well, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully you come again.
Daniel and Thibault, if you want to do a sponsor experience.
Sponsor experience.
Getting asked everywhere on the.
Sorry. At your microphone.
Hello. Am I a sponsor? I didn't know I was a sponsor. I thought I was just part of the community and just helping out. But,
yes, it's,
no, this is good. I'm here. You can ask Daniel after. You can ask his opinion after. Where do I look?
That one.
But YouTube speaking, right?
Yeah.
You need to speak in the microphone.
No, I got my own one.
Oh, wow. I feel like Formula One driver. You know?
I know. Yeah, I
So
know,
the race was good.
I need a badge from there.
The race was good. Started last.
Yes. But yeah, Timo, thank you again for sponsoring. Yeah, we want to interview as well because we like, we want to also know as a sponsor, like what's your experience, positive, negative bits, like, what was it, like, did you think like it was helpful for you as a sponsor? Is it potentially something that you would recommend to somebody else and go like, hey, you know what, you should also try this because, there is value in it. I don't really have any, like predefined questions for this because it's like, what's your experience general as a sponsor? Where like,
No, overall, very happy with the authenticity of the group and the people, and I think that's the most important for us. It's, not sponsoring, but be part of the community, and we don't want to enforce literacy. We just want people to use the favorite tools and just know that we're there to help. So I think that's very positive. And I think it's rarely where you have a group of people that are so excited to do things. So it's a very hands-on. People are doing things. So I think that's how you learn. Overall, and that's all the positive. There's only a lot of positives, and I think because it's event number one, it's always a bit.
I know it's always shaky.
Always shaky, but also on my end, right? Like finding the venue and making sure everyone is on time and happy. So that is also a thing on mine. But overall, I think really well. Would love to do it again.
Yeah.
So
would you recommend it to like other companies? Go like, hey, you know what?
Highly recommend it. I think if you're a company who cares about understanding what people are trying to do with AI, and you're building an AI, and you want a real experience, not like big AI, VC money, and something like that, but be part of the community, I think this is definitely the company.
Exactly. So, if you had to like summarize in one sentence, like how was your experience as a sponsor? Like, what one sentence only. I know, put you on the spot there.
I think just amazing community. I think it's all about the people. So
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're just trying to do it because we're trying to get better.
No, that's very good.
Yeah, we can speak about that. Your plan was live stream.
Yeah, live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
You guys doing it right? Good stuff.
No, it's fine.
Well, feedback for me.
No, feedback.
What shall we do next? Like interview wise?
I don't know. Do you want to do another one? Find another victim?
Yeah.
I missed the food. I'm gonna go get dinner. I've got an hour and a half train.
Oh yeah, no worries. Thank you.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to go now.
Yeah, dinner. Yeah.
1.5 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's it. I think we nailed it. I think that was a great
I think for the first time, yeah.
There's a sound recording.
You can
camera. Sorry,
Should I hold it?
microphone.
Okay.
Yes, I got my own microphone.
Okay,
here, so,
good, good.
do
Do you want me to face this or face
No,
you?
no, face that one.
Okay.
No, no, live. Sorry, then I need to grab my question. See, I'm also I'm a bit tired now. Yeah.
You
so
need to recharge.
Yes, I know. I also need to recharge, but the battery pack doesn't work for that. Sorry, I don't do that jokes. Thank you for attending, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
For the interview.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
As I explained, and I walked around the room before, it's the first time we're doing a London event. It's literally fresh. The banner literally I only got this morning.
Wow, that's amazing.
Literally last second kind of thing. Just trying to still figure it out, but basically, we're trying to offer value and be better than the other events where you just get marketing buzzwords and whatever. So, first question is what sparked your interest in agentic AI?
Okay, so sure. I have a background as a platform engineer running stuff on AWS Cloud, and I'm also a code developer. So 2 years ago, I started playing with a lot of the AI tools that were coming out, and last year I started looking at tools that would enable me to write more code than I can just on my own. I started playing around with Cursor, and then I started playing around with Root Code. I got to find Ruben on LinkedIn. I started following him. I had a session with him, and I was looking forward to be able to meet up in person with people. And once I literally just saw it on LinkedIn this morning, this afternoon.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And I just said, I have to be there.
That's a good one. Yes, that's what we want to hear. What brought you to this event? Of course, I kind of like you answered already.
Yeah.
You follow Ruth and you had a session with him.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to describe to somebody else what makes this event different than how you perceive other events.
Yeah. So I think what makes any event like this really good is first of all, it's the people.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. It's having an opportunity to sit or just chat with like-minded people who see the world in a similar way.
Yeah.
That is always why I would go for any event. I've been to many tech meetups and many events, but sometimes it doesn't quite click. So what you're always looking for is a place where like-minded people gather, and we are on a trajectory where at a very early stage where there's a lot of excitement and there's a lot of figuring out, and this is where engineers or people who are not just necessarily engineers, but people who are creative.
Yeah, ideators.
Yeah, we can ideate. We can okay, this is what I think. I don't think it's right. And so that boils that excitement, that environment where we can just rub minds together. It's really what I would look for.
So looking ahead, what developments or innovations in agentic AI are you most excited about?
Wow. Okay, so I think personally, the thing that I'm really aiming at is to be able to build complete projects within a few hours. I think I'm close, but I've hit a few road bumps. And one of the reasons why I'm here is because I want to actually say, I'm not the only person hitting these road bumps. So that's one of the things I'm excited. But beyond that, I'm excited about this space because it creates an opportunity for people who have ideas and maybe they don't really know how to code much. Maybe they're even technical, but they don't know every single aspect, because you might be a back-end person but you don't know front-end. You might be good at databases, but there are certain types of things you don't really know. So, but with the tools we have, our role has shifted from coder to director. And so I'm excited about the next few months how more people can be enabled to actually bring products to life. That's
I couldn't say it any better. Then, what do you hope to gain from participating in the AI Agentics community?
I hope to be able to learn from others who are
who have made more progress than I have in certain areas, and also to be able to contribute, areas where, I think I've made a little bit of progress. And so it's a learning opportunity. Like we can exchange ideas. That's really what I'm here. That's it.
Yeah. So observation-wise, you're probably saying like, hey, this workshop format that works.
Yeah.
Instead of just a dry slide deck.
Exactly. I like the very relaxed format and the venue where if you want to sit up, you sit up. If you want to lounge, you lounge. If you want to chat, you chat. So it's not very like. There isn't a very hard, concrete structure, and I think that format is good.
Yes.
A little bit of a segue. I started a meetup some years ago, the Kubernetes London meetup, and so I'm quite familiar with the challenges of running an event. And when it's a technical event, you want a community feel.
Yeah.
You want a sense of belonging.
Yes.
You want diversity.
Yes.
You want people to be able to share their views. You don't really want somebody to just be on the pulpit preaching. So I think you've nailed that like out of the gate from the first event. Thumbs up.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you, and we'll hope to see you again at next event.
Yeah.
What's your name, just for
Oh yeah, my name is Peter Ida. Peter Ida.
I just seen the LinkedIn.
Yeah.
No, just
thank you.
No problem at all.
Cool, man. Thank you.
At all. It was really good. Honestly.
Yeah, so we mainly use Bird.
No, I think we got 3 and then one sponsor. You think so? We can do more, but I think it's similar.
Or you want somebody else to speak?
Yeah, it's fine as well. Yeah, well, you may need the other microphone. Sorry.
And that is really good, by the way. That stand is really good. You say you ordered it on Amazon?
No. Solo press.
Oh,
so it's actually next day delivery. I live in Surrey.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a track.
I know, to bring this.
But then the reason why I went with this one, because I paid for it personally, just to be fair, because it's only 3 years. And because we have interest as well to do like potential events at schools and such. So it's like, hey, you know what? If I do a bigger one, if you do a stand, for instance, like a career fair, it's a stand. Hey, here's our stand, because it's a bit bigger. And then you just put a table in front. So yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. That's really cool. Last question: when will the next event be?
That we don't know yet, but we want to do one next month.
Okay, next month. Okay.
As we are coming to the end, may I say we take a picture jointly together as a group? Yeah. Now we're going to find a way of making it automatically take a picture. So we face this side. So if everyone can join us here, and somehow we have to find a way of getting a picture taken.
I'll take it.
You take it? Okay. We get 2 pictures. You can come in one. So we'll exchange.
It's all good. It's all good. Where do we stand here?
Yeah.
I thought that's what the Google phone could
do,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, then you can
could add myself in. That's
show our beautiful faces.
Guys, come on, join us. Everyone who's left, who wants to be in a picture.
Go in the middle. I'm just one of many.
Two files, maybe 2 files. Yeah, 2 files. Yeah, in the front as well. Are we being covered? Or we need to squeeze in further?
Yeah, this is good.
Michelle AI. So quiet.
Jeez. Well, you come in. I'll take one.
Right, the cheese. 3, 2, 1. This is such a white cheese. No one says cheese.
That's why it was. Thank you.
Thank you, Google. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. We hope to do more, so join us. And anyone has any ideas, please share.
Oh, yes.
Because he knows I'm going to AWS tomorrow. He's like, I'm still giving that it's all fake.
Let me know about your solution.
Eventual person who makes the decision.
I'd love to get involved. So let's keep talking. That's why I set up the group. Connect. Brilliant. Brilliant. Connect any one of us with that. That's the way.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm seeing your LinkedIn, but